Good morning or good afternoon. Today we are going to be talking about a chapter of the book On Writing Well of William Sensor. The chapter we are going to be talking about is chapter 17, Rewriting and Word Processing. First, I would like to begin with this quote we got from the book, of course. It says, "Rewriting is the essence of writing well, where the game is won or lost." It's a quote of William Sensor. Again, I think it's very important to have this in mind because it helps you, I think it helps you to have a different point of view of what rewriting is, because we will see this later on, but we often have this bad point of view or bad opinion about rewriting. So let's have in mind that it's important to first of all change this. Since we are going to be mentioning the word rewriting a lot, let's see what it actually means. It means reshaping, tightening, and polishing the raw material you wrote on your first try. Since we are going to be writing a lot and constantly, you'll have to make several drafts. So it's very important to not actually stay or just keep your work the way you did it the first time. It's a process, it's long, it's gonna take you time, and that's okay. So we know that we don't like to write, but we actually like to have written. This is another quote from the book. I think it's very, again, clever. You'll never write well unless you understand that writing is an evolving process, not a one-shot product. I was mentioning this before. I think rewriting, it's a lot about allowing ourselves to commit mistakes and then, of course, reshaping and making something new and right. You won't get it right the first time, but the word processor, which is something we are going to be talking about later on, is forgiven. We can make as many mistakes as we need until we get the draft that we want or you want.
Okay, so in this part, we want to start with another quote from the author, and the author says, "I consider rewriting a privilege to be able to shape my writing until it's as clean and strong as I can make it." So when he talks about making it as clear as possible, he is talking like when we were talking about clutter, that you have to eliminate those words, those phrases, those parts of your writing that doesn't match, or I mean doesn't add anything to the text. He also said that his students take it as it was a punishment, as if rewriting was a punishment, but he doesn't think that. He thinks that it's a gift and it's a privilege to shape his writing. And this phrase was interesting to me because it's his perspective of what rewriting is. So in this part, he wanted to talk about word processors and how they are so helpful when it comes to writing. And he wanted to talk about that because he said that he wanted to introduce it to writers that are beginning, and he talks about how a word processor is so helpful. So we are going to talk about that. So why is a word processor so helpful? Well, he says in the chapter that a word processor puts words in front of your eyes, or he says that the words are in front of your eyes and it's easier to reconsider what you are writing because you can make changes instantly when you write. And he also said that there's no need to retype everything. Like when you talk about rewriting, it doesn't mean that you have to rewrite everything you just wrote. So this is the same with retyping in the word processor. You can play with your writing until it's right. but you don't have to retype everything. It saves time because it's easier to write in the word processor, and you have it's easier to make changes and to reconsider what you're writing and to rewrite it, to retype it. So that's why he thinks this is something that it's helpful.
In short, the word processor can concentrate your mind on the craft of writing, revising, and editing much more powerfully than this has ever been possible, because your words are right in front of you in all their infinite possibility, waiting to be infinitely reshaped. The word processor is an ideal tool for learning how to write. So in this case, technology, the great villains, turn out to be your friend. In other words, the word processor can help you concentrate on your writing instead of revising and editing, since the machine can help you to do that. Remember to have in mind the possible changes you could apply to your writing, such as altering the sequence, sharpening the point, tightening the flow, and refreshness of language. Most rewriting consists on reshaping, tightening, and polishing the raw material you wrote on your first write. So this means a certain amount of your typing has already been done. So the word processor, it liberates you from the chore that drains your energy, such as retyping. Remember to have in mind the possible changes you could apply to your writing, such as altering the sequence, tightening the flow, sharpening the point. Much could still be done in areas as cadence, detail, and freshness of language. The point is that most rewriting is a process of juggling elements that are already there. Not just the individual sentences, but the total construction that is equally important.